Yeah, I bring greetings anywhere you may be looking, seeing, eyeing, knowing, hearing me from right now. I greet you in the name of Chukwokike. We must continue to do the needful. I greet you. You are welcome. You see, when we dey talk, people don't understand. They have gone to every length to stop Biafra, but they could not stop Biafra. So guess what they do? They tell you is life imprisonment, 25 years imprisonment. If you talk of Biafra, or how much million, 25 years imprisonment or 10 million naira fine. You see, these people, okay, 25 million and the 10 million naira, 25 years and 10 million naira fine. Evan, I greet you. Good morning to you. And for my location is good evening. So, Biafrans, anywhere you are watching me from, I greet you, I welcome you, I give you good greeting today because when you are winning, you don't need anybody to tell you that you are winning. And when you have won, you don't even need anybody to tell you you won the battle already. You see, Nigeria na leka leka. That is why they will always come out with things that are not relevant. They will always try to come up with things that are not just useless things, useless ideas. You see, despite Nigeria in their problem, all they are doing now is telling you who did this 25 years, who did this 30 years, 100 million naira fine. We are not bothered. Are you bothered? All I am bothered about is when to embrace my Biafra. That's all I care about. That's all I dream about. That is all. Vico Lee, long time. Vico Lee, don't very, very te. I greet you. So, my people of Biafra, I beg you try and like the video as you are coming in immediately. I get so many things to talk about this evening, but I wouldn't know if I should continue to talk about them or we talk about just this one thing. You see, when you see the people, when you see confused people, you will know Nigeria is confused. Nigeria is confused. You see, whenever they go to this House of Rep, what they go there to discuss is useless. Nonsense. They don't go there to discuss anything good but nonsense. Nonsense. You can imagine what they are now discussing in the so-called House of Assembly. Discussing this, discussing that, rubbish, useless things that are not meaningful, that are useless everywhere. Nigeria is the only place you see their rep gather, and the only thing they will discuss is how to treat cattle, how to make cattle human beings, how to give cattle the equal amount of right given to every other person, how to establish a ministry for cattle. Nigeria. Nigeria. Hey, I love them with a swag. Hi. You see, when you hear our prime minister tell you that he is going to sink Nigeria, you see that man, Simon Egger, there is something about him. That's why I always tell people it's not about who you see, it's not about what you feel, it's not about what you know, it's about the reality, it's about the truth. The truth. Who is this Simon Egba? He said it remains a mystery until Biafra comes. Who is this Simon Ekpa? Who is he? He has Otiego Nigeria na Magaria. Nigeria na Amaja. Where is King One Solomon? King One Solomon, come back now. Ala na-agbazi gara gara. Ala na-agba gara gara. Nigeria na-agba gara gara. Asụrụ ọkwa agbakasịchaa na everywhere gbarigo net. Yeah, thank you, Vicoli. As you are joining me, like the video. As you are joining me, like this video. I beg. Just like the video. As you are joining me, just like I beg. So now, why do you think they are doing this? Because they have failed in everywhere. They have failed inside. They have failed outside. They have failed by the side. They have failed on every ratification. They don't get anything to hold on again. So what they are doing is to discourage people, to threaten people, to input fear, to implant fear, to instill fear in people so that they will not be interested in joining Biafra, in sponsoring Biafra. But what they don't know is that where we are now are no longer that place you have Biafrans. We have now not only Biafrans, but we have hardcore Biafrans. We have hardcore Biafrans. That is what we have now. Hardcore. You know, because had it been we are just ordinary Biafrans by now, all the fear they have been planting and sowing and reaping in us, it would have been scared. We would have by now been dispersed all over. There wouldn't have been anything like us again. But because we are not what they thought we are, we are people with integrity. We are people that you can call us hardcore people, hardcore Biafrans. That is who we are. Hardcore. That is why you see them soaking fear, planting fear, doing that, doing the other one. But we are not moved, and we can never be moved. We know send, and we can never be sending them to anything. I tell you the truth. We go hear everything. We go hear them. There are many news, many things to talk about. But like I said before, I want you to remember that our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, still there for detention. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu still there in the hands of these wicked people. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they have never let him free. Despite trying, despite doing everything, finding everything, they cannot find anything before this man. Yet, they will not let him go. So I want us to know, see this, why am I doing this? Some people go say, people go fear. No, I want you to know that they have lost everything. They have nothing to give, to show for anything again. They have lost inside, outside. I'm telling you, they don't lose them everywhere. Everywhere. Lost everywhere. That is why they believe today that their problem is to threaten people. Hey, if you support, you will go to prison for 100 years. If you support, you will go to prison for 25 years. We are not interested. Tell them we are not interested. They can make it 100 years for all we care. Tell them to make it 100 years. We no send them. 100 years. 100 years. They okay. Make them make 100 years. And I want make we understand that this Biafra we are looking for is not just anyhow Biafra, but Biafra that is coming. And when we get this Biafra, it's a thing of joy that will last forever and ever and ever and ever. People no dey understand now. I wish the mind of everybody could just open like my mind dey open now, so you go understand that these people don lose, they no get anything again. For them to come to the point of going to their so-called house or senate or whatever they call it, to discuss that if you support Biafra you get 25 years imprisonment and the 10 million naira fine. That will show you that they don't know what to do again. They are confused from inside, they are confused from outside. And this is why we are not stopping. We must move until we get to the promised land. And this promised land is where we are now. You know, many people don't even know that we are already inside Biafra. They are waiting for the day we will get to Biafra. They don't know we are already in Biafra. That is it. Many people don't know we are in Biafra already. But the truth is that we are already in Biafra. When you in the morning, if you listen to what I did in the morning, go and watch the video. They have no ground again. Even when I tell you the whole world is watching, that is why everybody, anywhere you are, bring out everything you have in you to support this freedom. Everything you have in you. Mazen Namdekan is not bothered that they are keeping him. He is bothered that you support and fight and bring freedom. He is not bothered that they have denied him freedom, they have denied him anything, everything. No, he is only bothered that people are not waking up to the reality. As we are here talking now, many people don't even believe that Nigeria is gone. They don't even know that Nigeria is gone. They don't know. Many people don't know as we are here speaking now. To the point that all Nigeria could do is just to sit down and discuss and tell you this and tell you that. They are now discussing that their problem is you. They are telling you openly that their problem is you. You are their problem because they cannot stop you, because there is nothing they can do anymore. They have carried out everything they know how to carry out. They have done everything they know how to do. Yet they could not stop you. They have done everything. They have sent missiles against Simon physically, spiritually, assassination attempt, voodoo attempt, everything they have done. Yet Simon Egba is not giving up. Simon Egba refused to back down. That is what is making them to walara. That is what is following them, worrying them ara, that people don't even understand. You see, whenever I come with good news. The good news today is that anyway you are supporting this freedom from, support it more and more. If it is just to shout Biafra, listen, don't let this be. You remember when Musa come out to tell you that they have their details, all the people that are making these donations, supporting Simon Ekpa, supporting Biafra agitation, that they have their details, that they will begin to go after them one by one in the various countries. I come here to tell you that these people are lying. You don't need to have their details. The details are not secret. All the people supporting come there in open Zoom and make their donations, tell you their names, tell you their countries of abode, the countries of their residence. You are still telling me you are making investigation. You know I'm in Spain. You cannot come to Spain and tell Spanish, hey, release this man who go 247 because he's speaking of his freedom. Spain will say, which kind human being is this one now? this one they breathe from ear, or him they breathe from his anus, and they will tell you to go. You don't have kids. You can't go to Finland and tell them release Simon because he's demanding for the freedom of his people. They will tell you, are you? In short, they will welcome you and give you food. After they make sure you are well fed, they will take you to psychiatrist hospital to make sure you are treated, because you will not be well to be asking for somebody, for be demanding for people that are calling for their own freedom. Finland fought for freedom. Spanish know what freedom is all about. Italy know what freedom is all about. America knew what freedom took. Everybody know what freedom takes to be. So when you see them coming to threaten you, after Musa said all those things that they are good, what happened? Has he been able to do anything? No. And they can't do anything, because it's just a means, a way of, it's just a means, a way of threatening people, putting fear, instilling fear in people, planting fear in people, just to make them believe, or to scare them away, just to scare them away. Hmm? Just to make them, just to scare people away. Because when you see this kind of news now, look at it. They said this kind of news that Biafra agitators, sorry, you see this kind of news that Biafra agitators. If you, that is, if you talk of Biafra, you already get 25 million naira, 25 years jail term, and the 10 million naira fine. So that when you hear this, you will say, oh, no, no, my hand is not there for Biafra again. Will this stop people from voting? No. Go to Biafra land today. People are casting their vote. People are voting. If you watch the video I did earlier today, I showed you a video of people, I think one television house going to people, demanding, asking from them, do you really sit at home with your mind? Are you enjoying the sit at home? Are you sitting because somebody is pointing gun at you? They say no, we are sitting at home because we want Nnamdi Kanu out. Whether it is comfortable to us, whether we like it, whether we don't like it, it is immaterial. All we need is freedom. That's what they said. Go and watch the video. Everybody is now coming to understand that the truth is that nobody is giving you this freedom. It will be better you sit at home than for you to die in the hunger holocaust that they want to use against you. Why are they telling you not to sit at home? Why are they telling you not to bear Simon Ekpa, not to fight for Nnamdi Kanu's freedom? Because they prefer to come against you with holocaust again, which will never happen, because we are not in the days of 1930s, 1820s. No, those days are gone. 1970, 1960s, those days are gone. We are now in the year 2000. 2000, that's where we are. And that is why your freedom, that is why Mazen Nandekano told you that many will be bought, many they don't buy. That this is the time you bring out your mental ability. If you be demon, bring out your demonic ability. If you be angel, bring out your angelic ability to fight and bring your freedom. I tell you the truth. That is where we are now. So quickly, this is a news, but for me to, this is the news headline anyway. And this is the news headline. As you can see, this is the song. And for we to, I think, let us listen to a TV presentation from this same news. Let's go. And we'll also listen to Dan Olase today as well, as Dan Olase go on to speak, because his own is to speak and speak and speak. So we are going to be listening to Dan Olasi speak today. So quickly, let's go to this video.
Thank you for joining me.
Good evening, Chama. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Let's begin talking about issues in the news this evening. With the House of Reps seeking a 25-year jail term and or a 10 million naira fine for people who have been convicted of separatist agitators. Now, the House of Reps is saying...
Now, are you getting the message? These people, they claim they have convicted. I don't know the court they went to get the convictions. These are the people that came to Biafra land and they carry away. These are the people they for my place 2 million naira bounty on them to be taken away. All of them today are now being convicted. Whether try do, whether not try do, in as much as they carry you a Biafran person, you are now a convicted criminal and you have to pay 10 million naira fine or you go to 25 years. You see why Biafra must come. I don't know if your friend has been taken. I don't know if your brother has been taken. I don't know if your father has been taken. The only way to free everybody that has been taken is by bringing freedom. And by the time we bring freedom, they will not have any reason to keep them again. If they have been taken because they were demanding for their freedom, and finally the freedom is here, you don't have right to keep anybody. Everybody must be freed. Everybody must, if you want to name the canon, what you must do is to keep fighting. If you want those people, over 10,000 Biafrans that has been in illegal detention in Nigeria system, fight and free them. So I'm going to let this video play. I don't want to talk. Let us listen to them. Just listen to them.
Key sectors. You're currently listening to the news at 6 right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We'll take a short break and return with the news analysis segment. Do stay with us. Thank you for joining me.
Good evening, Chama. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Let's begin talking about issues in the news this evening. With the House of Reps seeking a 25-year jail term and or a 10 million naira fine for people who have been convicted of separatist agitators. Now, the House of Reps is saying that anyone who is convicted of harboring separatist agitations, anyone who is trying to secede from the country, anyone who is also advocating for people to leave Nigeria, they will be subject to a 25-year jail term. And I just want to ask you, is this reasonable? The House of Reps wants to penalize acts which they say threaten national unity. And
it is clearly disturbing that we have a National Assembly that will, in the midst of this crisis, in the midst of the national crisis, what they are trying to do is to gag Nigerians.
To gag Nigerians or to gag separatist agitators?
To gag the separatist agitators are Nigerians. Are they not Nigerians? There's been calls for there's been agitation calls in almost all parts of the country. At a point, Boko Haram said they want to declare an Islamic Republic of wherever. At a point, the Southwest said we want to leave. Southeast said we want to leave. And all of that, these people.
Sorry for I didn't want to interject, but I want you to understand this. I want you to understand something. These separatists they are talking about, Boko Harams are not included. It's only for Yoruba and the Biafran agitators. Why we know that what you call them, Boko Harams are demanded, and they are getting what they are demanding for. They are getting the Sharia government. They have gotten what they are looking for, not that they are getting it. Now you have Sharia government in the north. Now you have Sharia police in the north. Now you have Sharia army in the north. Now you have Sharia government, secretariat, everything in the north being sponsored by Nigeria. Nobody is telling you that these people will go to prison. Nobody is telling you that these people are bound to end up in prison. No, but me and you, because we demand to be free. The thing, it says that. Hold on. Listen here. He says terms for separatist agitators. Where is there's a place I saw Yoruba and Biafra. Yeah, it's Biafra Yoruba agitation. Not for every agitator. It's for only Biafra and the Yoruba agitators. 10 million naira fine for or 10 million naira fine or 25 years imprisonment for Biafra or Oduduwa agitation. If you say I want, or anybody, listen, it doesn't end only as you, Anna. If what you Zokalo said, I want to be free from Nigeria, you will go to prison. So Nigeria has become a place that you must stay in forcefully. They are now telling you that you cannot demand for freedom in this country called Nigeria. You cannot say, I don't want to be part of Nigeria again. As long as you open your mouth to say, I want to be free from Nigeria, your own don't finish. You are going to 10 years, 25 years imprisonment, or you pay 10 million naira fine. This is what they are doing, frustrating the people, gagging the people, killing YouTube man, now forgive me. Let us go. So I just want you to understand that the Boko Harams that are telling you they want Islamic State, and they are already getting Islamic State being sponsored by Nigeria. Nigeria has sponsored the Islamic State. Nigeria sponsors their Islamic police, army, immigration. You don't know they have army. You don't know they have immigration. You don't know they have police. You don't what to go and find out. Type in Google. Go to YouTube. You see them. Nigerian news told you, but we don't read. We don't want to believe. When you see people like us coming to tell you, people will think we are lying. People will think we manufacture them, we cook them up. But the truth is that all we say here are truths. Mostly me. I don't have time to come and lie. I don't blog. I tell you the reality the way it is. Now people from Biafra will go to prison because they said we want freedom. If you say today you want freedom in Nigeria, you will end up in 25 years imprisonment. That is what Nigeria is saying. If you say I want Yoruba nation, you will end up in 25 years imprisonment. That is what Nigeria is telling you. But if you say I am a Boko Haram, you will get pardoned. You will be told to come. All women are waiting for you. You can become the president of Nigeria. Any position you want is open for you. Only say you repent. If you are a Boko Haram, I want people to understand that this thing is not going to end. When we tell you that what is happening in Nigeria has no solution, you don't want to understand it. People are not buying into what we're saying. They are ready to buy into lies. You don't say lie, they sweet, you know. Lies, they sweet. Nothing they sweet like if you listen to people telling lies, you will just be sleeping and listening. But when people are telling you the truth, you get agitated to why is he talking? You talk too much, you talk rubbish. That is the truth. That is the truth. That's why they hate Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they hate Simon Ekpa. That's why they hate me and you. So let us listen. I'm sorry I have to interject because you get the one way you go here, you know, go fit endure.
Carry on. It is clearly disturbing that we have a National Assembly that will, in the midst of this crisis, in the midst of the national crisis, what they are trying to do is to gag Nigerians.
To gag Nigerians or to gag separatist agitators?
To gag the separatist agitators are Nigerians. Are they not Nigerians? There's been calls for there's been agitation calls in almost all parts of the country. At a point, Boko Haram said they want to declare an Islamic Republic of wherever. At a point, the Southwest said we want to leave. Southeast said we want to leave. And all of that, these people are all Nigerians. So what it's very disturbing that the National Assembly will, like I said, in the midst of this national calamity called bad governance, the only thing they can think of is to bring out a law that will stop Nigerians from agitating. Some of us have always said, and frankly too, that somebody cannot tell us that the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. It can be negotiated, especially when avenues for the peaceful resolution of issues and challenges have been closed out against the people. That is exactly what is happening. And when you do that, what do you get? What you get is the result to protest, the result to agitation, the result to sabotage, the result to what? It's in a graduated
Are
form.
you saying that most agitators do not really want to leave the country, but they hope to actually achieve government attention by agitating for separation?
No, Choma, before it gets to agitation, just go back in history. Before it gets to agitation, you will understand that people have made efforts to reach out to government to say, we have these concerns. Come, let us talk about these concerns, especially in a federal union like our own. We talked in 1995 when Abacha was here. We talked in 2005 under Obasanjo. We talked in 2014 under Jonathan. All these are, opportunities for the state to make amends, and even to certain realistic demands of people. So for the National Assembly, for the House of Representatives to turn around at this time to say anybody that raises the issue of agitation is liable to 25 years imprisonment. Choma, on the flip side, I think I like what is happening. You know why I like it? Why I like it is because the House of Representatives, as they are in schools, as they are cocooned in their comfort zones, and they don't feel the pains of Nigerians. They don't know that there is poverty in the land. They don't know that there is anger in the land. That they don't know that there is hunger, and that the level of discontent is very high. What they are invariably doing is gradually pushing Nigerians to do the inevitable. And when that happens, everybody will be consumed by it.
When you say pushing Nigerians to do the inevitable, what is the inevitable? Is it like the protest? And that has already taken place.
It could be more than a protest. Much more than a protest. The inevitable is for Nigerians to take back their country. Like the end bad governance people, one arm said, take it back, take Nigeria back. And you know what all that means? Because that is exactly what the House of Representatives, that is what they are pushing Nigerians to do, to take back their country, because obviously we don't have it. It belongs to them. Look at in the midst of all these things, apart from the fact that they are profligating on our national wealth, on our commonwealth, they turn around to gag us. I still use that word, gag, to stop us from profoundly expressing ourselves.
But one can argue that this is actually to make sure that Nigeria does not break apart, to make sure that we still have our national unity and security. Isn't that a point to consider?
It is the duty of the government, of which the House of Representatives is part of, to ensure that those concerns that leads to breaking apart are clearly resolved. And how do you resolve those crises? How you resolve those crises is by looking at issues of inequalities across classes, across the strata, between the haves and the have-not. Inequalities that runs through the regions, uneven economic development. These are the issues. Equal distribution of resources, giving everybody a sense of belonging. The House of Representatives can do better by working around these concerns to ensure that frayed names are calmed down, that people that are aggrieved, every time we hear that everybody has been aggrieved, everybody is aggrieved. And now when we say that everybody is aggrieved, we say, let's come to a round table and sit down and talk about our grievances and look for ways to resolve them. And after all, do you know how much Jonathan spent for the conference? I think it was in excess of 20 billion naira.
All right. Mr. Okoro, I want to look at other parts of this bill, right? Because it doesn't just talk about separatist agitators. This bill is also looking at the fact that anyone found guilty of destroying national symbols, we're talking about the flag and others, anyone found guilty of refusing to recite the national anthem and the national pledge, anyone defacing places of worship and such other cases in order to cause violence. But what I want to look at is the part of destroying national symbols, especially refusing to recite the national anthem and pledge. In the light of the fact that we seem to, some people will say we have two national anthems in the country right now, but of course the old national anthem was returned and it is now the new national anthem, which is what many children are having to learn in schools right now. Many people cannot even recite this new national anthem. So why does it seem like they want to criminalize something that so many people will be guilty of? I wanted to recall the case of Nigerian activist Aisha Yusufu, who was at an event sometime recently, I think it was about 2 months ago, and she refused to stand up and recite the national anthem. Does this seem like targeting?
Choma, I think the National Assembly is simply being diversionary in their tactics. And
you mean they are majoring in the minor?
Exactly, because if you talk about Aisha isn't the only person. A lot of people have done that. I have also done that, not standing up when the national anthem is sung.
The
and all
question
of
is,
that.
how many people can actually even sing this national anthem of Nigeria with Hildy?
You see, Choma, let's go back to what you said, majoring in the minor. Choma, I expect that in this critical time of our national history, the symbols of authority is not, I said the other day, it is the action of leaders that inspire patriotism, not the lyrics of the national anthem. It is not the wordings of the national pledge. It is the action of leaders in uniting Nigerians to patriotism that matters. The National Assembly has a galvanizing moment. This is a galvanizing moment for them. I expect to see the speaker and the deputy speaker forming a committee, running helter-skelter, going to Aso Rock to see with the president and say, Mr. President, please, what can we do to better the lot of Nigerians?
This bill is actually sponsored by the Speaker of the House.
Exactly. And that is why it's even more disturbing. That is why it's even more disturbing. We should have a speaker that is more proactive in solving problems. And Choma, clearly, with all sense of modesty, I've come to the conclusion that the Speaker of the House of Representatives doesn't deserve that position.
He does not deserve that position. If he doesn't, then who does? And why would you say so? Is it because of issues like this?
Issues like this is a very wrong precedent, very wrong example that he is setting.
If you want to talk about that, what then would you say about the president of the Senate who made statements such as, if when you're protesting, we'll be in our homes eating, who made the statement of, we have sent mail? He actually said something else before he changed it.
Unfortunately, that one is even worse than the speaker. So that tells you clearly that the leadership of the National Assembly doesn't have a leadership. And that is part of the reasons why we are where we are today. And like I said, I expect them to be running to the president to say, Mr. President, please, what can we do in the interim to make sure that this level of discontent comes down? And they can as well do that by also living by example, by cutting down on the cost of governance. This issue of cutting down on governance has become perennial. That we keep talking about it for the past 25 years, that the National Assembly has been opaque in their accounts, in their finances, and all of that. Up until today, whatever we have are gestures, gesticulations about their salaries and allowances. Nobody knows the exact. And if you are one of them and you try to squeal, they will sanction you. It has happened before. So that is the kind of National Assembly that we have. And like I said, they are pushing Nigerians to do the inevitable. Because if we keep going in these directions, like it looks to them as Nigerians have calmed down, the protest didn't happen, and you know how it is in Nigeria, collective amnesia, we always forget until we are hungry again. Choma, it is not. They should understand that Nigerians are regrouping and are the cause of this very action.
All right. I want to look at the other aspects of this bill as well. And I want to know what you think about these aspects, because it seems there is kind of like a lot of negativity surrounding this. But there is also the talks about those convicted of mounting illegal roadblocks, those engaging in unauthorized traffic control, those who impose illegal curfews, those who conduct illegal processions. all of these people could be liable to a fine of 2 million naira or 5 years imprisonment or both. Wouldn't you say this aspect is also part of celebrating or making sure that Nigerians are united and there is no division and our security is intact?
Chairman, it is not. I've just come to the inevitable conclusion that the members of the House of Representatives are jobless.
Are jobless? Where they're sitting and then going to talk about every day, isn't that a job? Working for the good of Nigerians? They are jobless
because they are not productive. They are not productive.
You feel that this bill is counterproductive?
Chairman, it is not just counterproductive. If there's anything worse than that, let me tell you, blocking of roads and all of that, that is supposed to be the duty of the local government council area councils now. It should be the job of local council areas
to enact laws to make sure that no one mounts illegal roadblocks and others like that.
Illegal roadblocks and all of that. And do we have roadblocks on federal highways except toll gates and the ones mounted by the police and the army? Except they want to tell us that they want to make a law that prevents the police from mounting roadblocks, which is already existent by proclamations of the Inspector General of Police over time. Different Inspector Generals of Police have said, do not mount roadblocks. And the moment he says it this week, the next week, they come back to the roads instead of doing patrol. So is that what they want? Is that the law they want to reenact or what? That is why I say they don't know what to do. It is within the purview of states and local councils to talk about like estates. You can now go to estate and say, oh, you don't have right to, like the Enugu State governor said it. There were barricades in some streets, in Enugu State. And the moment he went into office, he came into office, Peter Mba, the governor of Enugu State, said, please remove all gates or whatever into streets and all of that. That is the duty of states and local council areas, and not a national assembly that is burdened with the kind of humongous crisis that we faced in the past 10 days. And all they are doing is tinkering with how to gag Nigerians and how to say, don't mount roadblock or don't do this thing.
But mounting of roadblocks by people who are not law enforcement and for no reason is actually illegal.
At what jurisdiction? And I just ask you, have you seen people blocking federal roads? Except maybe policemen or soldiers,
in essence, the House of Reps should leave matters like that to state and local governments to handle.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right. I want to move on to the very next issue in the news this evening, and that's President Bola Tinubu signing a bill into law that provides a 300% salary increase for judicial officers at federal and state levels in the country. The president had actually consented to the bill to sign it into law today. Now, I want to take you back to June. That was 2 months ago, where the National Assembly had approved that bill to provide a salary increase for judicial officers by 300%. Recently, after many months of backs and forths with labor unions, NLC and the TUC, the federal government finally approved 70,000 naira as the minimum wage for Nigerian workers. But then federal and state judicial officers a 300% salary increase. What would you say is because of the kind of work that they are doing? I mean, it's not easy enforcing the law in the country.
They can only interpret. Do they enforce? It's still the same executive that enforces the law.
Yes, interpreting rather.
So what is the laws are there. We have our jurisprudence, we have our criminal justice system, and all of that. What I don't understand is in this new law that has been assented to is whether it involves certain categories of judicial workers. Is it limited to judges, or is it about everybody in JUSUN? You know what they call JUSUN? Judiciary National Association of whatever. It's like their union. Is it everybody that is involved? I do know that the NJC, through the federal government, pays salaries of judges of certain categories. I don't know about, on top of my head, I can't recall about magistrate, but I know. And
so you're saying that they are not deterred by bribes and other.
Except this the behind the scene, that gave rise to these. This is what happened, and this is where they were going to. That was what happened. But in all of
Ukrainian forces entered Russia's Kursk region last Tuesday, taking over 24 settlements in the biggest attack by foreign army on Russian soil. Good evening and welcome to News at...
Okay. You see, it is funny. When you see Biran Wood, if you read Macbeth or you watch Macbeth, the thing they sweet me. Macbeth, they interesting. Go and watch the movie. I tell am say, they tell Macbeth say, if you see Biran Wood begin to move, you know that you will die. Your end is there. And Macbeth never believed that Biran Wood would move. You see, one thing is that they go tell you, but they no go explain to you. They go tell you any day you see the sun fall, you know, say that day you go die. They will not know. They will not. They will not tell you that the sun go fall when you look into water. You see the sun on the ground. They will not explain that to you. That is what happened to Mabet. And that is the same thing that is happening to Nigeria. They never believe that Biafra will wake up, will rise to come to where they are today. That is why, yeah, can you imagine? We have Boko. You want me to begin to show you? You want me to begin to show you things done by Boko Haram that the Boko Harams are doing? You want to see? I talked about this earlier today. This is as at 2021. 102 communities were taken over by Boko Haram Ifunani terrorists. As at today, they are uncountable. The videos are there to tell you. You see, to the point that the communities, the remnant of the communities are now telling you that the people doing this to us are Fulanese. They are telling you that even their communities has been taken over, renamed by these people. Nobody is discussing about it. This is why you see the so-called Senate, they will gather in the red chamber every day. The highest thing they will do there, you see Abaribe telling you that if anybody calls for sit at home, he is a criminal, he is a miscreant. You see Abaribe and his likes, Ojo Zokalo, they will sit down in the red chamber and all they will discuss is keep Nnamdi Kanu there. Don't release him. Let us go for Simon Ekpa first. We have to get Simon and join him there within Nnamdi Kanu. This is all they do. They don't go there to seek. How do you build the federal road Lagos to my land? How do you open this Niger? How do you build the River Niger seaport for me? How do you reopen the Warri seaport that you closed? How do you reopen the Port Harcourt refinery, the Calago cement industry, the cement, this one, that? They don't discuss this. How do you allow my people that are willing to import rice, sugar, indomie, every other thing? How do you allow them? They don't discuss this. Now you see Tony Elumelu telling you that he's sick. He's sick. License to get oil well. He was refused. But Dangote was given license to open refinery, do everything, build and open with Nigerian money. Emefere gave him loan without documents. Emefere, your brother. Now they are reminding him that you be Biafra. When they want to use you, they will make you understand that you are different from Biafrans, you are different from Igbo. But when they finish using you, they will trash you the same way they trash other people. In the same trash can, they will trash you there. Look at all of them. Look at all Joe Zokalo. Free and the dead at the same time. Living dead. They are not free. Look at the Rochas Okrocha. They have gone through humiliations upon humiliations. They cannot stand up to speak. They are scared. Each time you see them standing there, if a food animal will say, what, they will pee on their pants. They will pee on their body because they own not themselves. They don't hold themselves. They own Fulanese. Everything they are loyal. That is why you see Soludo went to Abuja for inauguration. He was thrown out. A governor, he couldn't say anything. He don't have anything to say. Whenever you see them gather, what do you call them? What do you call themselves? The Senate, they gather there to discuss rubbish. Either they gather to discuss how to enact a house, a ministry of cow, a ministry for Alamajiri's children, a ministry for one funani product or one funani rikishi or shikiri. I've forgotten what did they call it? Rikishi, no? Rikishi, no? Or shikiri. Somebody remind me, what did they call it? Is it rikishi? The only thing they have been able to stand up and produce in Nigeria, Rikishi, after investing billions of money, billions of naira, they were able to come up with Rikishi. Kilishi, thank you, Triple M, I greet you. They were able to come up with Kilishi that is pepper and what do you call it? That pepper they spray on suya. Because that's what they give people, not meat. They give you kilishi to eat. Kilishi they do with human beings. Have you not seen them do suya with human beings and give us to eat? And we'll eat. If our people will wake up and stop taking anything from Funanis, you don't know that Funanis don't eat that cow they said to you? Have you seen them eat? They don't eat. They will only bring it for you to eat. They will give you to eat. You see these people come to zoo, they will go and sit down. All they are discussing is how to finish you as a Biafran, how to finish you as a follower of Nnamdi Kanu, how to end you as believing in whatever Nnamdi Kanu has taught you. This is their problem. That is why they go to red chamber, they discuss rubbish. They go to green chamber, they discuss nonsense. Everywhere you see them go, they are discussing rubbish. They can never discuss anything good. Okay, as if that is not enough. Today, as we talk today, as we are discussing now, Nigeria, people are telling you they are hungry. People are in IDP camps. They don't discuss about them. Have you seen them sit down like this to discuss? How do we bring these people in IDP camps back to their communities? No, they will not tell you that. Why? Because it is one of the strategies to take over their land. If in 2021, 102 communities were taken out, renamed by the Fulani headers in 2021, only in Plateau alone. We are not talking of Jos, we are not talking of Lantan, we are not talking of Benue, we are not talking of Niger, we are not talking of Kaduna, we are not talking of Jigawa, we are not talking of Enugu. Do you know that the Enugu state have IDP camp abandoned the people of Ehamufu? Do you know that there is an IDP camp in Bini, Edo State? They will come and tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is deceiving you when they have already given you IDP camp. A solution to destruction. Solution to destruction. I have a link there. Anybody? I have a link. You can join me. Let us discuss. Yeah, Triple M, I know. That is why you need Biafra. This is why we need Biafra. The same oil Tony Elumelu went to ask for. If you ask Tony Elumelu now, he is busy fighting for something to divide him more and more. He needs the Neoma state and the Amani state. They are not taking on freedom. You know Nigeria is not working. You know Tony Elumelu knows Nigeria will not work. He knows Nigeria has never worked. He knows Nigeria is not going to work. Yet he is believing in Nigeria because he believes that is where he makes his money. in the afternoon earlier today or morning afternoon today, I made a video showing you that Nigeria cannot work. Nigeria only breed criminals. The only thing Nigeria gives you is evil. Nigeria don't give you anything good. Travel and see. Ghana man say travel and see. As you see me like this, you know be say I no get mouth. You know be say I no sabi do. Travel and see, make you understand them. It's the same Nigeria that is the reason why our people are dying on daily basis in the Mediterranean Sea. You see the ones that have video, the man was videoing himself and videoing others, their last moment. Their last moment. How would you feel to see your brother, your husband, your father, your uncle, your wife dying? Do you see any rescue coming? As they were getting drowned, did you see any rescue coming? No, there was no rescue coming. And after that, did you hear anything about them again? I am asking. Probably somebody must have heard something about them. If you have heard something about them, tell me. Our people die for no reason. Because of the frustration, because of the pector Nigeria have injected in them. They cannot live. Everybody's running away from this thing that have been injected into their lives by Nigeria. That's why me I run away. Oh, now make me stay here. Until you escape Nigeria, that thing is in you. Even when you escape, unless you manage to get a better identity. Nigeria is the only country that people from the Nigeria or people with the Nigeria identity, if they are able to get another identity, they will come to social media and celebrate. You see a man, no matter how weighty they are, Tony Elumelu, for instance, if you give him a British citizenship, he will come to social media and jubilate. It's so because Nigeria is a burden. Nigeria is a cancer that when you get rid of it, you will jubilating without knowing why you are jubilating. Probably people don't know why they jubilate. To the point that Nigerian officers of the law, immigration, custom, police, army, watch somebody, tore their Nigerian passport, they did not ask him or her, why did you tear? That let him go away freely. Walk away. Can you tear any document of any country and walk away? It's only Nigeria. When their EFCC boss traveled out, he was humiliated. The same way they humiliate other people. And he is proud enough to come. When one pastor traveled out, he was humiliated. All of them are getting the same badge. Badge of dishonor. They will always gather as senators, as senate to discuss rubbish. Look at what the whole lawmakers of the so-called Nigerian country gather to discuss in a time like this. They are not discussing how to solve the problem of the people that are dying. Your police are shooting at innocent people because they are demanding for life. They are telling you we don't have food, we are hungry. They are not even demanding for job, but I'm not fighting them today. I am fighting for them today because they are only telling you we are hungry, and you ask your police to go and shoot them. They have not gathered here to tell police, stop shooting at these people, they are innocent. They have not gathered here to tell, what do we do to solve the problem of these people in the street? They have not gathered here to ask themselves, why is it that the people we are represented are carrying Russian flag and flying Russian flag? That means we are not good enough. They are not taking. Because if say that they think, they're supposed to know that. Now when you know good, they go look for replacement. Because you are not good, that is why a replacement is needed. If you are good, nobody needs replacement. If you are good, nobody needs replacement. If you watch the people playing ball until the person playing the ball is tired, until he don't know what he plays again, that is when you need replacement. Am I lying? But once you are playing football, you are 100% fit, you can run from field to field, nobody need any replacement. That is Nigeria for you. We are going to be listening again to what this our brother forgotten his name. Hold on, let me bring him to the studio. Dan Olase, Dan Olase. Let us listen to what Dan Olase have to say today again. Let's listen to him.
Sisters, we do have Chief Dan Olase right here in the studio. He is a political analyst. I was also the former PDP chairman in Anambra State. Thank you so much, Chief, and welcome to the
Good
program.
morning, and
Good
thanks
to
for
see
having
you.
me.
And how is your health now?
Well, thank God,
Stronger,
much
I
better,
can see.
much better.
All right.
Okay.
So before we go into the discussion, I would actually like him to respond to what the reviewer said this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Is the PDP still a political party? That's what the question asked.
Well,
Based on the fact that nobody seems to be hearing from the PDP now.
that everybody appears to be doing what?
Nobody seems to be hearing from the PDP as a strong opposition
Well,
party.
that is for a party that controls about 13 states, state governments, and you're asking if they are still a political party. I don't know what a political party means. There was a time we were controlling up to 26, 27 political parties, and APC had little or none, and they were a political party. At every turn of event, you have different styles of leadership. If they have reason to make a comment, probably that's their style of leadership. I'm not in the working committee. But it would be, if we had an effective publicity secretary, that is his role, to analyze what is happening in
They didn't even
government.
remember the name of the publicity secretary.
Sorry?
Our newspaper reviewers
Yeah,
couldn't even
because it's only
remember his
when you see
name.
somebody fairly regularly that you know that he's functioning for a particular party. I can't even call his name myself.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go into
Let's
the
look at
business.
other issues, and let's begin with the efforts to get the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, out of incarceration. What's the update on that?
Well, it's a topic I'm very passionate about, very, very. I had seen him in the DSS cell 2 times, and each time it was a very emotional moment for both of us. I've been with him in at the court premises, about 2 or 3 times, and I've spoken there. We had a joint press conference on one occasion. I don't know why. I think it's something you can summarize as hate, and you can't find a reason for the hate other than making reference back to Muhammad Buhari's period, who organized and arrested him in Kenya. He must have a special reason why he did what he did, because other people had the same problem. As a young man who was also arrested in Guinea Republic or so, and later came back here after Buhari left office. But if Boko Haram people, bandits who regularly kill people in this country, have been given amnesty by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and in some cases rehabilitate them, why hold Nnamdi Kanu, who had publicly assured government, if you let me go, I will help you increase security in the Southeast and any other part you might require my services? They would have taken a risk on that. But as we speak, they are still granting amnesty to Boko Haram people who kill hundreds of people on a regular basis. Why hold him? Do you remember when last you heard of somebody dying in the Southeast because of Nnamdi Kanu? That's a long time ago. And people were doing it, as a way of making money using his name. And he said that severally. On one occasion, he told me to speak on his behalf. And on this platform, I said so. So the government alone can explain, especially for somebody like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who himself was a revolutionary in some sense. He understands what freedom means. He understands what democracy means because he fought for it. I don't know where he's coming from now. It's difficult to explain where he's coming from, honestly.
All right, Chief. Let's go to the end bad governance protest that just happened recently, and we understand the Southeast didn't join in this protest. Is it true that the Southeast observed sit at home and preferred that to joining the protest? And I'm asking this because even the release of Nnamdi Kanu was one of the demands of the protesters, but the Southeasterners just chose not to join that protest. Why?
Answering that, sometimes it's good to look at the antecedents of people and governments. And I put my mind back to 1960 from America, from JFK to Johnson to Nixon to Ford to the peanut president to Reagan to Bush Sr. to Clinton to Bush Jr. to Obama, and then down to Trump, then Biden now. None of them has been it's either you're a senator or a governor. At least I made back to 1960. This is the first time in this country and in the world that you see people coming to power. He was a legislator. Our president, Ahmed Tinubu, was a senator of the Federal Republic and 8 years governor of Lagos State. His vice presidential candidate was a senator of the Federal Republic and 8 years governor of Borno State. His wife, the first lady of this country, was a senator of the Federal Republic. The chief of staff of this government was Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives. So they come with superlative, attributes of legislative and executive reference. And in fact, you can also extend it to the fact that they have also captured the judiciary. So what is their problem? It is difficult to explain what their problem is because people are demonstrating. Is it that people are not hungry? I'm hungry. When I declared myself hungry, hitherto when I go to my town with X amount of money, apart from, buying cola nuts and drinks for people who visit me, I now go with sufficient amount of money because people who were not asking me for help were not asking for help. And I regard my community as, you can't count 5 towns in this country without counting my town, where we had a good, successful middle class. But there's so much problem. If there could be so much problem at Nnewi, then many other towns must be in trouble. So why they should have ordinarily set up a committee to identify why did these young men protest? What were they protesting? And they itemized their reasons. And we could see the government making every serious effort to infiltrate them. You tear gas to your citizens. You kill them because they protested. Is that leadership? For a man who led protests in this country against a government, a democratically elected government, and you're doing exactly the same. Sometimes I doubt if there is hope. I'm not one of those who spread, malignant pessimism against Nigeria. No. I believe there is hope for the future, but what I'm seeing now does not offer hope for the future.
And to my question,
Sorry?
as to why the Southeast didn't join but
Well,
observed,
you see,
visit at home.
why should you think these are issues? That we're already an occupied territory. If we had raised that is why they won or fight against terrorism in Northeast and Northwest. It's not working because more than 20% of the Nigerian armed forces are in the Southeast. Every inch of the ground is occupied. You cannot run more than 20, 30 kilometers anywhere in the Southeast without 2 or 3 checkpoints. Army, police, Air Force, and if you go further down, then the Navy joins them. And I personally advise, I have a network, say, don't you dare. Because what happened in 1973 as I was leaving the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, that was the second graduation after the Civil War. They introduced this National Youth Service Corps. I was the first set of National Youth Service Corps. And the whole university said, we'll burn down the university. Why am I that? They are now doing it to increase the years of suffering of the Igbos. 32.5 years of the of the war was not enough. They now want to add us extra year. And a military officer, who incidentally was not Igbo, a Northerner, called me and said, 1 year, if that is the sacrifice your people will make for the stability of people and you can afford to do it, don't allow any blood to be shed here. And at the Freedom Square, I got up. Then Professor Codlinia was the vice chancellor. I got up and spoke to the students, and everybody walked away. And we went for youth service. Where are we today? Every other part of this country, they are doing youth service. But it was actually directed for a particular people. And we refused to bow. So I told people, if you don't have need to demonstrate, we're already where we are. There are Igbos across this country who joined the demonstration, and you saw them on television, on your network, speaking in Kaduna, in Lagos, Ibadan, every other place. But in Igbo land, I said no, because when they open fire there, it will be disastrous. So I thank God that we didn't join, at least at home. But
Okay,
we expressed interest and support outside Igbo land.
Chief, the protest has held, and I think it was on Sunday morning after the protest. I think that was day four of the protest that the president.
Okay. Now we had Dan Olase. He has said the most important part of whatever he need to say, he want to say, he have to say. Now we heard him. He's always there to tell you the truth. He don't look at it. He don't dilute. He don't dilute. He give it to you raw. Now he's telling you that the people you call Boko Haram terrorists, insurgent, ISIS. If you listen to the video I made earlier this morning, I'm still referring at that video because I'm not going to bring it's an article so we read about what United States of America is saying. Their representatives here are saying about Nigerian state. It is now obvious, no longer secret, that their eyes are everywhere in Nigeria, and it's not only United States. Every other part of the world have their eyes represented. When you see that ORB International telling you that in this coming month, keep an eye on Biafra referendum, Biafra freedom, Biafra people, Biafra life, Biafra exit from Nigeria. You don't understand. What they are telling you is that Biafra is now getting awareness, recognition everywhere, and the recognition is 100%. Like you heard our Prime Minister tell you, it's not, they will give you, will hear what you need to hear. You will know what you need to know, not what you want. You don't need to know anything. If you are not in, you are not in. If you are out, you are out. Biafra is getting momentum. Biafra is getting upper hand to what you call Nigeria today. So when you see Nigeria fighting shadows, because that is what I call them now, they are now fighting shadows. They don't have anything again to do. They cannot do anything again other than to keep fighting shadows. And this shadow is their end. And this shadow will end them. And this shadow is the final part of it. When you hear the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in LSI, Simon ever tell you that he is sinking Nigeria. We will sink Nigeria. You will wonder, how are you go? Is he going to throw atomic bomb to sink Nigeria? No, it is like this. When the senators, the lawmakers, the federal lawmakers, we are not talking of state lawmakers. When the federal lawmakers, we meet, converge from all their states, and all they will discuss from morning till night is how to kill Nnamdi Kanu. All they will discuss how to kill Simon Ekpa, how to kill you, how to kill me, how to stop us from speaking, how to intimidate you. Now, if you speak about it, they are now telling you not only that if you talk about Biafra, if you say you want to be free from Nigeria Terrorist Act, you'll be jailed for 25 years. That is what these people has gone to sit down in Abuja to discuss. If you say, I want to be free from Nigeria, you will go in for 25 years just for asking for freedom, just for demanding for freedom, just for saying you want to be free. 25 years or 10 million naira fine. Are you getting the message? This is what these people go here to sit down. Confused people. They don't have any good vision. They are confused. They don't think about anything. They don't think about anything. They don't think of anything, how to better the people they are governing, they are sitting, they are standing for. The only thing they are good at is how to intimidate you, suppress you, oppress you. You see why I call them bunch of oppressors. From morning till night, all they gather there to do is to oppress people. To oppress people. Every day they gather, they put one law how to make sure that the people of the land are oppressed. They gather, they put one thing again how to oppress the people. They are not discussing the way forward for their so loved country. People are dying of hunger. People are out of school. People are homeless. People are jobless. It is not their problem. Their problem is how do we stop these people from achieving freedom? They don't want you to get freedom. They want you to remain in darkness. They want you to remain in pains, in shadows of darkness. This is why everybody must wake up. If you think this thing has nothing to do with you, don't worry. By the time you know it, it has overtaken you. By the time you know it, it has overtaken you. In short, it has overtaken you. When terrorists are abducting people, doing what they wish, how they wish with the people, lives of the people no longer belong to the people. People cannot go to bed and wake up for sure. If you manage to escape them by the day, you don't escape them by the night. If you manage to escape them by the night, hey, in the morning you are entering war zone. The people in the land are every day of their life in the midst of war. War between death and the destruction, not between death and life. And all they could do every day is to tell you how you will die, how they are going to kill you, how they are going to finish you, how everything. A country that don't have police, a country that don't have army, a country that don't have anything, everything they have is needless and useless. Who will not understand? We never, we never, and we never understand. A country where you have army being abducted by these terrorists, Fulani terrorists on daily basis, nobody is talking about it. And yet, their problem is you because you are demanding for Biafra. These people that abduct their army day and night, nobody is talking about. Listen to this video.
Issue of focus where at a time Nigeria is still grappling with the killing of soldiers in the Okwama community of Delta State. Another set of soldiers have died in an ambush. About 6 soldiers and some local vigilantes have been reportedly killed by terrorists in Shiroro local government area of Niger State. And this happened in a bloody confrontation between vigilantes and terrorists at Gada Weekly Market in the state. GKB, we just talked about, well, not this episode, some weeks ago, about the killing of soldiers, and it's seeming like, would I say, a usual thing, where security forces are being gunned down, and it seems like those who are perpetrating this crime have been left, on the loose. What do you make of this?
It's unfortunate that we are still where we are a couple of years ago. Personally, I thought that by now, with the change in leadership at the very top, change in leadership at NSA thinking that you are behind me, that things will have gone beyond this. Because you and I know that in most countries that really are serious, they don't let these things go like this. They don't care the consequences. They don't care the collateral damage. A point must be made that you can simply kill our soldiers and go scot-free. It's not done in any serious civilized country. Because once it starts like this, the only reason why you have power is for the security of our lives and properties. That's why we see there that some of our rights to government. Take some of our rights, protect us. Because if this continues and the face of that security has gone down like chicken and nothing happens, I can guarantee you Somalia is beckoning. Because our Nigerians know how to copy. Once they see that this is happening and nothing is happening, nobody's paying the price, there are no consequences.
For action.
You continue along the path. Because like you said, sooner or later it will become normal to hear in the news the officers have been gone down and we've lost. It's unfortunate. I know they're trying their best. I know they've recorded successes all over the north. I'm not going to take that away from them. But it doesn't take away the fact that once in a while, things like this should not be allowed to happen. Because without really protecting those who put their lives on the line or revenging them, as my people will call it, then what are they dying for? They only die in vain.
BK, what's your position on this matter?
You know that area, the Shiroro area, Niger State is a big problem. There are many local governments, between 8 to 10 local governments, where bandits
In control.
and terrorists are in control. Let me say,
You heard what he said? In Niger State, bandits and the terrorists, Boko Haram, they are in control. Do you hear that? If you want, I can rewind it for you to get the message again. They are in control. It's not just that you have some, they are in control. 100% they are in control. I'm going to let it play. Listen.
you know that area, the Shiroro area, Niger State is a big problem. There are many local governments, between 8 to 10 local governments, where bandits
In control.
and terrorists are in control.
About 10 local governments in Niger State are under the control of bandits and terrorists. You get the message? Are you getting it? Yet, all these places they have taken over has been given to them as a Christmas gift. The people in those areas, most of them has been killed. Most of them are the remaining of the few remaining left over are in IDP camps. And the whole army of this world, even going to Senegal and every other place to borrow army, are in Biafra land. What are you doing? Is there any community that has been taken over by anybody in Biafra land that you are fighting to rescue? Is there any IDP camp you want to destroy to send the people back to their homes? Niger State is being taken over by Funanis. It doesn't matter whether some people will tell you that they are Funanis, that they are not Nigerian Funanis. They are Funanis from Sahel, from north, from south, from east, from middle west, world round. It doesn't matter. If you go to America, does it matter who you are, where you are from? If you commit evil, then you will be treated for the evil you committed. In America, go to the prison, their maximum prison. All the terrorists there are not from America, but they are being treated in the way according to law. It's not according to your citizenship. But in Nigeria, they will tell you they are from Sahel, they are from Nigeria, They are from Mali. They are not Nigeria. Therefore, you allow them to walk around free with AK-47, harassing, intimidating, ransacking, sacking people into IDP camp, taking over their communities, renaming the communities. And nothing is being done, and nobody is doing anything, and nobody is saying anything, and nobody is asking questions. The only questions you see some people will come here to ask is how to send somebody 25 years imprisonment just for saying, I want to be free from this bandit. I want to be free from something that is hooking me, choking me, gagging me up. I want to be free. You'll be sentenced to 25 years imprisonment for demanding for freedom, for asking for freedom, for fighting for freedom. They tell you you will go. They are all liars. This is to tell you that they are confused people in a confused country, in a confused nation, in a confused manner, in an open grave. You hear that?
Let me say, very active. Let me not use the word control. Very active. Rafi, local government. Magama, Rijau, which borders Kebi. This Shiroro. The army has come under attack so many times because in this Shiroro there are elements who used to be active Boko Haram fighters who are now operating in that area, because before Shekau died, he actually sent his men to Niger State. In fact, I remember the last Salah before his death, he published pictures of his men on Salah Day inside the forest in Niger. That was where I knew that these people had spread their tentacles beyond the northeast. And there were people who were denying that no, Boko Haram has not gone beyond the northeast. See, propaganda, you can do so much propaganda. But at the end of the day, you are wasting your time, because the truth is by nature self-evident. Bandit leaders like Dogo Gide, for example, are known to work with Boko Haram fighters. Engage them, they do some of the work together. That is why you see the sophistication of some of the bandit attacks. They cannot execute that level of sophistication on their own. The attack on government secondary school, science secondary school, Kankara, was executed with Shekau's involvement. In fact, Shekau, at a point, wanted the two bandit leaders that he worked with to transfer the boys to him. And they told him that that is a logistical waste of time, because how do you move the boys all the way from the northwest to the northeast?
To Niger.
Then the government was negotiating with one of the two. At the end of the day, government successfully negotiated the release of those boys. The point that I'm making is, in this same north central, in this Niger state, they shot down our aircraft. It was this same bandits. You know, and I'm saying, the more they work together, the greater their chances of success, because
he has he has made the point I want him to make, and I believe you get him. That these people, terrorists, are now having more than 10 communities in Benue State. This video is as at last year in Benue. By today, who knows how? And I want you to see something. Listen.
Member House of Representatives, to also thank Mr. President for his support, and we need a lot of collaboration with both the local communities, the presidency, and even the state. We are looking at two options. First is non-kinetic. As a government, we have put in machineries to start talking to the bandits, the other elements that are not in tandem with living peacefully. So as a government, we've created a Ministry of Nomadic and Pastoral Affairs to look at the issues of the Fulani headsmen. You need to understand that Niger State has the largest congregation in the world of Fulani headsmen.
Did you get the message? They have the largest congregation in the world of Fulani headsmen. So when they come and converge, from there they begin to move, dispatch them. That is when you see trailers dropping them by the roadside. They are diving into the forest. And the foolish Yorubas, I know there are some Yoruba people that are sensible, reasonable. Go to Koiki Media's platform. You will always see him telling you the abominable evil that these people are doing in their land. They are every day cutting people like chicken. And the Koiki is busy posting it in their land. I'm telling you, the ones that are happening in Yoruba land, not the ones that are happening. You know, we are now posting the ones that are happening in other people's land because we have been able to secure our land. And this is why we want to be free. So now he is telling you, this video has been long, I think last year, and they are still converging. Listen.
Niger State is 8.3 million hectares of land with bodies of water. The pastoral environment is very good for grazing. A lot of Fulani across the world, not just Africa, converge in Niger State. So we don't want them to leave. So we don't want any major military activities. We want to talk to them. But if...
you get the message? They don't want them to leave. They don't want them to be offended. They are pampering them. And do you know who is sponsoring them? Do you know who feeds them? Do you know who takes care of them? Nigerian government. Are you surprised? You have Sharia. Go and listen to the video I did earlier today. You will understand. In a country where you have Sharia government, you have Sharia law, you have Sharia government, you have Sharia court, you have Sharia police, you have Sharia immigration, you have Sharia army. All these people are being paid by Nigerian government. We are not talking of the Boko Haram insurgent and the other terrorist organizations that have their government. They still have their government. ISWAP have their secretariats. In some states, they have communities under them. You heard them tell you here. And they are taking over. But that one is, let's just see them as they are insurgent. But why is it that nobody is fighting them? We have Sharia law, Sharia government, Sharia police, Sharia courts. They can, even in Abuja, don't worry, those are our people in Abuja. One day they go catch you, tell you, say you have abused their Allah, have blasphemed their Allah, and they will take you to their court. They will sentence you by chopping off one of your hand or your ear. Then you will understand. You feel you were safe in Abuja? Sorry for you. Listen to this.
Their physique and everything, they are Fulanis.
Of Nigerian extraction.
Oh, you know, they're Nigerians, no doubt about that.
They are Nigerians.
Yes, in fact, some of them have.
Did you hear that?
the town.
So why, for those who say some of these criminal elements are non-Nigerians who move through the ECOWAS territory region
yes.
into Nigeria, is that true?
What happened is, you see, as I've said, now we are having an ethnic war.
Are you listening to that? For those that don't understand, that are still, you see, my problem with these people that call themselves Nigerians, that how do I describe it? There is something in a flower that the butterfly used to go for. It's the beta. The cancer, Nigeria is a cancer that have affected so many people. And we are telling you that the only way to be free from this cancer that is destroying you is to cut the cancer off. Cut it off. And the people are carrying Nigeria, they are carrying it like this. People are carrying Nigeria like this on their head every day. They carry Nigeria like this. They are believing Nigeria go fine. Nigeria will be every day heavy laden. You see them looking like this. They are dying. Nigeria go good. They are dying, yet they don't want to accept the reality. Nigeria go good. You are dying. Come, let me help you. Let me relieve you of that burden that is destroying you by setting you free mentally, spiritually, physically. You say no. You love carrying Nigeria, and the weight of Nigeria have destroyed your ancestors, destroy your fathers, destroy your mothers, destroy your siblings. You manage to live to know that you have to free yourself from the mental death of Nigeria. You say no, you want to die as well, and you will die. Listen to Gumi.
The Fulani nomadic feels his existence is threatened. So what they do is, when they have a war, they call other Fulanis from other countries, irrespective of where they are. Fulani is Fulani.
Are you getting the message? So now ask yourself, why are they converging in the Niger State? This man have told you that when they feel threatened, they are fighting war. He have told you that they are in ethnic war. That is why this man will come to tell you that they are converging from all over the world to get the simple message. When they converge in Niger State, from there, they are sending them 1,000 to here, 1 million to here, 100,000 to here. And he told you that they have not finished coming, that they still come every day, that they come. Are you getting it? That they are still coming. And they are welcoming them. They don't want them to get offended. They don't want anybody to disturb them. They have told army, stay away from these people. Are you getting the message? Why your people that call themselves oppressors are busy telling the army, come and bomb my people, come and fire my people, come and finish my people. Who no, you no go understand. Who no, we not understand. I will end this. I beg, like this video for me now. Why you no go like them? Let somebody like this video. Somebody shout hallelujah, hallelujah, like this video. Now my own church be this. Now my own gospel be this. So why it go be only 100 people will love this video, will like this video? Try and like my video. I beg you with God, like my video. So you know what I am doing. We don't do gossip. That's why they are suppressing my video. They don't want it to go out. So try and like this video for me. So my people, I want you to understand that where we are now is where we call do or die. Like it or leave it. You have no choice. Like it or leave it, there is no way you can fight anything coming against you. In as much as you are in Nigeria, a Nigerian, for Nigeria, oh boy, your own don't finish. Your own is finished. Fight for your freedom now before it is too late. Don't be among those that will go fighting or lying down, laying down, sleeping down, bowing down for the people that call themselves Funani masters. We are not bowing down. It's either freedom or nothing. Freedom or nothing. I will stop here. May God have mercy on us. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Have mercy on we, Biafra. Lord, give us a freedom. Have mercy on we, Biafra. And give us a freedom. Oh Lord, have mercy on we, Biafra. And give us a freedom. Father, we need our leader. Prophet. We need our leader. We need our leader.